inside our earth. Inside our earth. Actually, this chapter is about our earth, but from inside. How our earth is looked in from inside, right? Over the surface of the earth, we can see all the features found on the earth surface. Which type of earth surface is there in different parts of the world? But how can we came to know how our earth is from inside? No doubt our earth is a dynamic planet, because from the initial stage to the present stage there is a lot of changes in the earth surface and with inside the earth, and these changes are keep going on in the recent past, in the present, and in the future also. So our earth is a dynamic planet because it keeps on changing, right? Why we call the earth is a dynamic planet? Because it keeps on changing from inside and outside as well, right? Now, how we came to know about the interior of the earth? What is the earth made up of, right? So our earth is made up of in several concentric layers. Because why it is in the form of layer? You must know why our earth inside part of our earth is in concentric layer. Concentric layer means there are different layers. Clear? So different layers is made up of different type of material. Now in the science you also read that the high density material, high weight material keeps on the beneath, and the lighter weight place over it. Similarly, when our earth is formed, then the heavy material sinks down. The heavy material settled down the earth. Will over it the low dense material settled, and very low dense material is settled over the surface, near the surface. So that's why it has a layered structure. Different layers of different materials are there, right? So first of all, what are these layers? Basically, our earth is made up of three concentric layers. First is crust, second is mantle, and third layer is known as core, right? So one by one we will discuss what do you mean by crust. Crust is the uppermost layer of the earth's surface, right? Means the rigid part, the solid part of the earth, that is known as crust, right? Now the crust is also of two type, oceanic and continental, because if there is an ocean and it is full of water but it has still a rigid base, solid base, that is called oceanic crust, right? And continent is totally made up of rigid slab, solid slab, right? So this is called continental crust. Now what happened? Due to the coverage of water over a large part of the oceanic crust, the thickness of oceanic crust is only 5 kilometer, while because the continental crust have totally made up of solid rocks, so it is about 35 kilometer, right? So our crust is average depth of crust is 33 kilometer. If we go to the surface, from the surface to the inside of the earth, 33 kilometer, we will found the solid rocks material. So that is our crust. right? So the thickness of the crust is 0 to 33 kilometer, while the crust is 5 kilometer in the oceans and 35 kilometer in the continents. Even if there is mountains on the crust, right? So 35 above mountain height, so it can be 70 kilometer thickness over the mountains, correct? Yes, Vida, understood? If you understood, then raise your hand. What is crust? The crust is the uppermost layer of the earth's surface, but it varies to the ocean and the continents. At the ocean it is about 5 kilometer, and at the continents it is 35 kilometer thick. Now what type of material is found in the crust? Actually, crust is also known as sial. 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 Sial is means Si means silica and Al means aluminium. So here the material found silica and aluminium. Remember it. It is also called Sial. Sial, Si, silica, Al, aluminium. So the mineral which constitute in this part, that is silica and aluminium, right? So the oceanic crust mainly consists of silica and magnesium. Now beneath the crust, there is the second layer which is called mantle. Below the crust, and its extent up to 2900 kilometer, 33 kilometer, up to 33 kilometer there is crust, and 33 to 2900 kilometer there is mantle. It is also called SIMA. SIMA. Si stand for silica and Ma magnesium. So here the minerals are found are silica and magnesium, right? So this is just beneath the crust. Now upper portion of mantle consists the magma. You must be remember that the upper portion of the mantle consists magma, through by which the volcanic eruptions took place. And we came to know about these layers by the digging of the earth crust. And the deepest mine in the world is found in South America, and the mine name is Robinson Mine. It is for your knowledge. The mine which is found, the deepest mine which is found in South Africa is Robinson Mine, which is 4 kilometer deep, right? So we cannot go inside the earth because there is a very high temperature, very dense material, so it is impossible for the human beings to go inside the earth up to 6000 kilometer deep. So most of our knowledge is based upon the mining process, volcanic eruptions, and the oil drilling projects, right? So we came to know about the earth crust only about the 4 kilometer deep through the mining process in Africa. The third and the innermost layer is known as core, right? Core is with 3500 kilometer, 2900 to 3500 kilometer, there is a separate layer and it is known as core. It is also known as Nife. Nife means Ni stand for nickel and Fe stands for ferrous. So the material found in this layer is nickel and ferrous. which makes the core very dense material it is, and the core has very high temperature, right? So nickel and ferrous means iron, right? So it is made up of iron and nickel, and it made this part more dense. Next is rocks and minerals. Rocks and minerals, there are three types of rocks found on the surface of the earth. Any material, first of all, what is rock? Any material, one minute. Any material, mineral matter that makes up the earth crust is called a rock. So any natural mass of mineral matter that makes up the earth's crust is called a rock, because every rock is a combination of mineral. There are two or more minerals within a rock, right? So rocks can be of different size, color and texture. For example, in your home you used a different type of marbles. They have different colors. Some marbles are of green color, some of white color, some are of black color. Actually, what is marble? Marble is a type of rock, and they are made up of different type of material, mineral, and which gave them different color, different shapes and different size. But majorly we can divide the rocks into three types. First is igneous rocks, second sedimentary rocks, and third is metamorphic rocks. The first form of the rock is igneous rock, because they are the rocks which are made up at the initial stage, and that's why they are called primary rocks, because they are formed uh, firstly. So they are called primary rocks. How they are made up of? Now, as I told you, there is a mantle portion where the magma lies. When there is any crack or any weak point of the earth surface, this magma comes up, and this is called volcanic eruption, right? By this volcanic eruption, lava came on the surface of the earth, and as the time passes, this lava came into the contact of atmosphere and it began to cool down. When it began to cool down, it began to solidify, and it took a form of a rock. That rock is called igneous rocks, right? Igneous means, igneous word that is derived from the word ignis. Ignis means fire. So when the volcanic eruption took place, there is a firing. There is a firing of different type of minerals, right? So when these minerals solidified, the igneous rocks are formed, right? These are also of two types. As I told you, when the lava came on the surface of the earth and it solidified, it is known as the extrusive rocks, because they are formed over the surface of the earth. But sometimes what happened, this lava did not came on the surface. Due to any region, due to any blockage in the vent, this lava began to remain in the under the surface, and slowly and gradually it began to solidified under the surface. That also converted into the rocks, and that is known as the intrusive rocks, right? Once again, igneous rocks are formed by the solidification of molten magma, and it is also formed of two types. First is, suppose this is the surface. First is when the rock solidified over the surface of the earth, that is called extrusive form. And when the rock solidified under the surface, that is called intrusive igneous form, right? So basic, there is a firing, so that's why they are called igneous rocks. First they are formed firstly, that is why they are called primary rocks, right? Why the other rocks are formed by the igneous rocks. Now the second one is sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks are the rocks, as its name suggests, sediments. Sediments means the particles deposited, right? So the deposit particles, sediments, residual part of any rock or rigid part. So what happened when the rocks roll down, it began to crack. When they hit each other, they converted into small particles. Moreover, when water flows over the rocks, it also break the rocks into different material. So what happened, these different material, these small particles are known as sediments, right? So these sediments are transported by the wind, water, etc., by the glacier, by the wind and the water. They transported these material from the hilltop, from the rocks to the near lower part of the hill, and it began to deposit these sediments here. Layer after layer, layer after layer, these sediments are deposited by these agents. What happened when there is a layer over layer? The lowest most layer have the pressure of the upper layer. जो upper layer है वो नीचे की layer पर क्या डालेंगे, अपना pressure डालेंगे. So there is a heat and pressure of the upper layer, and these sediments begin solidified and converted into rocks. That is called sedimentary rocks. So the sedimentary rocks are formed by the sediments carried by wind and water. When these loose sediments are compressed and hardened by the upper layer of the rocks, the sedimentary rocks are formed. Like sandstone, yes, this is made up of grains of sand. Fossils of plants, animals, and microorganisms, they lived on them. They also converted into the sedimentary rocks. That's why these plants, animals, or all the remains of living things, they slowly and gradually, it takes million years, a million of years, but they converted into the coal, petroleum, and natural gas. That's why coal, petroleum, natural gas are founded in the sedimentary rocks, which are formed by the grains, sediments, or fossils of plants, animals, and other microorganisms. That's why petrol, coal, and natural gas are found in the sedimentary rocks. Remember it. Now what happened? We learned the two types of rock, igneous and sedimentary. Now what happened? Because these two types of rocks always came into the contact of sun's heat, and there are pressure on it because of the upper layers, right? So they are always under the influence of heat and pressure. What happened when continuously they are facing the heat and pressure, they keeps on changing. They change, their color can be changed, their formation can be changed, their crystallization form can be changed, and this change form is known as metamorphic. Metamorphic means changes, right? Changed. So it is, this change can be in the form of their size, in the form of their color, and any type of crystals. So when igneous and sedimentary rocks came into the contact of heat and pressure, they changed their form. That is called metamorphic rock. Like a plastic bucket, if you keep it in suppose it is of red color, right? In its initial stage, when it is made up of, it is red color and it is very solid. Keep that bucket in the sun's heat, in the open area, when the where the sun heat is continuously falling down. What happened? Remain this bucket for 1 day, 2 day, for 1 week, for 1 month. After 1 month, you will recognize that the color of the bucket will be faded. It will be from red to light pink shade, and the plastic of the bucket will have some cracks on it due to the heat, right? So this is the metamorphic rocks. This is the metamorphic changes occurred in the bucket. Similarly, the rocks are facing day and night. They are facing heat and pressure. Under this heat and pressure, igneous and sedimentary rocks change their form, and that are called metamorphic rocks. Now, what are the uses of rocks? Rocks are very useful to us. As I told you that the marble is also a kind of rock, and we use the marble in for the different purposes. So this hard rocks are used to make the roads, houses, and buildings. Even we use the stones, which is also are a form of rock. We use it in the games, right? Like stones, hopscotch, five stones. This type of games are played by the rocks, right? So here in the picture you can see the white marble and the use of red marble, where the in the red fort sedimentary rocks are used, sandstones. Here the marble is used. So in this form, marble is an example of igneous rocks, while it is an example of sedimentary rocks. So both type of rocks we used to make the roads, buildings, etc. Now, what is done? Even if the rocks is formed, there will be a rocky structure over the surface of the earth. But it is not like that so, because it is in the form of cycle. What a thing took birth, it began to decay. देखें, जो भी चीज जन्म लेती है वो उसका अंत भी है. Similarly, igneous rocks are formed, no doubt once it will be melt. What happened? Igneous rocks are breaking down by the wind, river, etc., and it converted into the sediments, which form the sedimentary rocks. And these igneous and sedimentary rocks, both these rocks keeps on changing with the metamorphic rocks. Now metamorphic rocks made up of igneous and sediments when they get heat and pressure. So under the pressure and heat, these metamorphic rocks thrust into the crust. Slowly and gradually it began to thrust. The lower part of the metamorphic rocks began to thrust, and it goes inside the earth, and when heat goes into the mantle portion, it converted into the magma under the high temperature, right? So when the igneous rocks formed, it converted into the metamorphic rocks, and metamorphic rocks converted into the magma. Now what happened? This magma comes over the surface through the volcanic eruption, and again these rocks are formed, right? So this cycle is keep on going, and this is known as rock cycle. Now, as I told you, rocks are made up of different type of minerals. So what do you mean by minerals? Minerals are natural occurring substances which have certain physical properties and definite chemical composition. Like diamond. Diamond is a mineral, and it is in the shape of octagon, right? So it is the hardest mineral. Hardest mineral, it is a property of physical property of diamond. It looks in white color, so it is the physical property of mineral, and it is in the form of octagon, that is the chemical composition of particles found in mineral. Like marbles, there I told you that there are many types of marble are there. Some are look like white, some gray, some red, some are green. They are because just the mixture of particles within the minerals, right? So the properties which we can see, that is known as physical property, and the chemical composition, how the particles within the minerals joint, they are known as chemical composition. So minerals are varied due to their physical property and the chemical composition, and these are very important for us. As I told you, coal, natural gas and petroleum, which are found in the sedimentary rocks, they are used as fuels. And I told you that they take millions of years to convert the fossils of plants, animals, and microorganisms into coal, petroleum, and natural gas. So they are very useful, they are very important, so we should preserve them. They are also used in industries like iron, gold, or iron, aluminum, uranium. All these are used in industries. Gold, platinum, diamond. These are used in jewelry, and very precious material. Some minerals are used in the medicines and fertilizers also. So these are the uses of minerals. Now here the revision is completed of chapter 2. If you have any doubt regarding this chapter now, you can ask. Otherwise, tomorrow there will be a quiz session for the chapter number 1 and 2 of geography. Remember, and everyone have to be participate. Any doubt, you can raise